Hey guys, I'm the Seaman235. I have some loser here.
Hey.
Okay, well, forgive me if I sound a bit off. I'm still recovering from a cold. That's why I've been gone for like 2 weeks, for those who are wondering. 2017 ended a while ago, and
We're late.
Not really. There are some people that still have their 2017 lists, what's it. And now we're gonna do ours, because I've done it for the past couple of years because I'm unoriginal. So,
Hooray.
we're gonna do this. Also, instead of having actual footage of us, I figured we could just have footage of some of the games I've played, and by some I mean like 2. So I'm
That I could get the footage of.
yeah, so I'm just gonna put some Kingdom Hearts and Sonic footage in the background, just because. Well, actually, 3 of the games that I have on this list are all actually from. They're actually going to be used for footage, so I guess I'll have more than that. So anyway, we're starting with movies. The first one I saw was Logan.
I didn't see it.
Okay, well, Logan is a
Old man.
no shit. But Logan is a great movie. I think Logan is probably one of those films that is a rarity, especially nowadays for superhero films. It's one of the few superhero films that I actually think should win an award. But it's not going to because it's a superhero film, and as we know, superhero films can never win awards.
Except for the Dark Knight.
Except for The Dark Knight, because as we know, that's the only good superhero film.
I've never seen that one. I've only seen the best
Blasphemy!
one.
How dare you not see it?
I've seen the best one, the one with Bane.
Oh, you mean the worst of the Dark Knight trilogy? Great job.
The one where he's not Batman most of the time.
And it's the worst one. And it's not because he's not Batman most of the time. That's probably a blessing because of the voice.
And he speaks to Catwoman in the voice still, even though she knows his identity.
Consistency.
And everyone else does pretty much.
Well, not everyone. Commissioner didn't until the very, very end of the film.
Man, what a good commissioner.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just the commissioner. Not even the bad guys. Even his partner actually knew who Batman was because he figured it out. But this isn't about the Dark Nut. This is about
the Dark Nut bust is through.
Well, Zelda has an enemy called Dark Nuts, and it was a porno version of Dark Knight. Anyway, Logan is a great film. There is a reason people compare it to the Dark Knight.
Lucky Logan?
No, shut up. The reason why people compare it to The Dark Knight is because it's one of those films that doesn't try to do any universe building or setup. It's not paying off for things. It's its own amazing, really grim but really good story. It's just a great film.
For all ages.
Yeah, for all ages, especially the blood, guts, and gore, and little girl murdering a bunch of people, tossing a headless person like a football, and tons of other shit. It was a great movie. It really was just a great, amazing movie. I really don't have anything to say about it because everything that's been said about it has already been said. So with that said, let's move on. Did you see it, Zach? I don't think you did. You said you did.
I already said I did.
Okay. I can't remember because I'm tired. Okay, so the next movie I saw was Guardians of the Galaxy 2, which I have a vlog of, so if you want my opinions on that, you can go watch that. Shameless plug. But I saw it, and I liked it. Though, I can say one thing. I do want to watch the first movie and the second movie back-to-back to see which one I like more, to, see if I can change my opinions on it. But I pretty much have to say, I did watch the second one again recently, and it was just as good as when I saw it in theaters, so nothing's really changed. I'm going to assume you didn't see it?
Nope.
Okay.
I've heard that the first was better, though.
I like them both same.
And that Drax had more of a role, and Drax's role in 2 is not as big.
Well, yeah, he's mainly
there to laugh at jokes.
Yeah, he's there to laugh at jokes and to be laughed at, so... Which is fine, he's funny, so that it's not really a bad thing as long as he's still entertaining. He's still one of the best parts of the film. But yeah, I have a vlog of it, so, I said it was good in the vlog. It pretty much same applies here. I saw it again, and I liked it just as much. Next up was a film I did not do a vlog of, which I was honestly surprised, considering I talked about the first 2 films in this shitty franchise. Wonder Woman. I liked it. It was actually a good DC movie. I know, right? A good DC movie. That hasn't happened in a while. The last good DC movie was The Dark Knight. Was The Dark Knight Returns. The last great one was The Dark Knight. You know, Wonder Woman, I do think is.
Well, what about the animated ones?
I'm talking about the ones that were released in theaters.
But they were released in theaters too.
The Killing Joke was released in theaters for like a day. Same thing with the Adam West
Batman. And it also
Batman
wasn't received
cartoon.
that well.
Yeah. No, yeah, the only one
reception.
half of that film was good, and
And
even
the
then,
other was
shit.
Bat Sex.
Wonder Woman. It was actually a good DC movie. We haven't had one of those in a while
Or
in
one
theaters.
for 4.
1 for 5.
What?
Justice League.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, you forgot about Justice League, you bastard!
I haven't seen any of the DC universe films besides Wonder Woman.
You're not
except
missing anything.
I've seen some.
Don't do it.
I've seen some of Man of Steel, but not a lot.
Don't do
like
it.
I saw it,
Don't
but
do
it
it.
was while
Don't do
in
it,
a-
dude. Don't
but
do
it was
it.
on a small, really small screen. so I
Trust me,
couldn't
trust
see.
me, don't do it. You're not missing anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, the last third was a bit dumb, but, you know, I'd rather have the last third of it be dumb than the entire movie be dumb, so... Suicide Squad. And, Wonder Woman is
Emoji
legit
movie
good.
is the film of the year.
I did not see that, and I don't
Me
want to see
neither.
it. Though, to be fair, after seeing Mr. Enters
It's
Ryuga,
an
I feel like I have
emotional-
seen the entire
I hear
film.
it's an emotional experience.
Anyway, so yeah, Wonder Woman was a good film. I really don't have anything else to say about it because, like with Logan, I mean, everything's kind of already been said. I mean, it's a good DC movie. So anyway, next up was everyone's favorite film of the year, especially for Transformers fans, Transformers: The Last Night.
I want the next movie where they're
Yo,
all.
Amtron!
I want the Transformers movie.
What's up, my homies?
Do you want a Transformers movie where they put the trans in Transformers?
They already have that on YouTube.
Like
I want one with dog humping, because as we know, that was the best part of
that'll be the whole
Transformers
film. And that's gonna be the whole. No, they're gonna be dog robots humping each other.
and Deep Wang.
Yeah.
Do you guys get it?
I've only seen one Transformers movie, and I think it was the third one. And
Deep Wang.
I couldn't really keep up with the action really that well because it's just the robots.
Really? You couldn't keep
Lines.
up with the action? You mean you didn't keep up with all the gray robots killing each other besides
Yeah,
Bumblebee
the
and
robots
Optimus?
All of those robots that all look.
We are here to kill Decepticons.
I think.
Even though, like everyone dies in those films. Even Albert Einstein bot dies in that film. And by the way, I'd like to point out that Albert Einstein was Jewish, and Michael Bay was compared to Hitler by Megan Fox. That was the film she was fired from. Awkward. Anyway.
But at least Megan Fox will come back for a great movie.
What, TMNT?
Yes.
Yeah, those films were canceled. Thank God. Well, yeah, with that said, Bayformers The Last Night was definitely it was better than Age of Extinction. Though my brother vehemently despised that film. Like, he hated it. Like, he gave me, like, shit tons of tweets about how bad the film was.
What do you hate about it so much?
Oh, God, everything. The racist stereotypes, Yo Mtron, let's see, the stupid British bimbo they had, and, Mark Hamill, and Hot Rod being French, I think.
What?
I don't know, he borders on Italian and French half the time. I don't really know, his accent's so bad. He barely speaks English half the time, so... And, what else is there? Anthony Hopkins just phoning it in, big time. He plays Anthony Hopkins. I'm sorry, I forget his character. He's pretty much just playing Anthony Hopkins. You know, thankfully he was only in Thor Ragnarok for like 5 seconds, I guess. So maybe that doesn't count. Still though, you know, Transformers: The Last Night was the last round for Michael Bay, thank God, and hopefully the Bumblebee movie's actually decent because
Wait,
it's
the last round for Michael Bay?
Yeah, it's the last film he's doing. He's
Wow.
not gonna do him anymore.
Wait, so the series is dead right now?
No, there's gonna be a Transformers cinematic universe, and Michael Bay left right before that happened.
It's depressing.
Yeah, I know.
I hope he ruins something else that you love.
Maybe he'll ruin Mario.
Good.
Actually, you know what? I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, it's not like Mario's ever been good when it comes to media outside of video games. I said outside of video games.
Yeah,
Shut
I
up.
know. I'd like to see him I don't think he'd be able to make a movie as bad as the
Original?
yeah.
I don't know about that. Give it time.
Has Michael Bay ever made a movie?
Princess Peach will be a prostitute in that film. Bowser will be
a dead prostitute.
Bowser will be
and Luigi will have Terminal 7.
yeah, and Bowser will be like a gangsta. Gangsta Bowser.
They'll make Bowser
Yo, my homies, we're
No,
gonna
they'll
kidnap
get
the
him-
princess.
No, they're gonna give him extra sharp spikes, really extra
I know I could pay her to have sex with me, but I'd rather just kidnap her. Thus the plot of
For
our
free
insanely
sex.
amazing... Yeah. Thus the plot of our insanely amazing idea for Michael Bay, Mario the Plumber.
Plumber the Mario.
And Princess Peach is played by Megan Fox.
Well, of course, everyone in a Michael Bay film, every
And
time.
Luigi's played by Tom Kenny.
And Mario's played by Shia LaBeouf.
You may be hot, but you ain't too bright. And then Mario's played by the guy who played the Yo Mtron Decepticon.
And then suddenly,
Yo Mtron.
And then suddenly, one of the Decepticons from Transformers shows up. One of the racist stereotypes.
Yeah. This looks like a good place to kick it. My
They
homies.
show, and they overtake the plot.
I'm surprised we're talking about Transformers: The Last Night more than we're talking about Wonder Woman and Guardians 2.
Yeah,
Well, actually,
so-
yeah. To be fair, Logan and Wonder Woman are rather.
Did the movie do well though?
It didn't do as well as the previous ones. Like all of them. Like all of them made a higher gross, I believe, than The Last Night. I think it's because there were other films. Plus, it's the 5th one. I'm pretty sure people wisened up 5 films in. But hey, at least people wisened up now.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I can't wait for this year when we have a movie to one of the best cartoons of all time,
What's that? I can't remember.
Teen Titans. Go.
Mean Teen Titans.
Go. There's gonna be a movie for that.
Why?
Why
live-
not?
Why? Why live action?
No, it's not a live action.
You just said it was live action.
No, it's animated.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure no one's going to see that.
I hope it does really well just to spite you.
Okay, great. You know it's not going to, right?
Why?
No one sees 2D animated films anymore. Huh? You're gonna say something? Huh? I'm not wrong. You know I'm not wrong. The only reason people saw SpongeBob was because they thought it was going to be a live action film.
And SpongeBob lied.
Good. It probably is a good idea that they lied. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made their money back.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think the reason why we're talking about Transformers: The Last Night is because 1, Guardians Volume 2 I already did a vlog on, and 2, it's a bad film, so it's easier to talk about. Yo, Mtron! With that said, let's end this. Next up, I saw Spider-Man: Homecoming. And I know you saw it
Better than
too.
the first movie.
Yes, it is.
Better than Spider-Man 1. I haven't seen 2 in a long time, though.
It's better. 2 is still better. I still think 2 is better. But Spider-Man: Homecoming is a great film. It's honestly, I think it's my favorite film of the year. Honestly, I know Logan is the best film I've seen all year. That much is true. Logan is the best one, but Spider-Man: Homecoming, that's my favorite because Spider-Man: Homecoming it does a lot of other it does a lot of things that the rest of the MCU, especially nowadays, don't do.
Like have
Stand on its own. Well, yeah, have a good villain. And stand on its own, too. It doesn't... Like, the stuff... Like, all of the Avengers references and Iron Man especially were cut down significantly. Especially with the trailers. Thank God. It's a Spider-Man film that can stand on its own. And not to mention, it's a good Spider-Man film. I know, like we haven't, like you say, well, oh yeah, no shit, it's a good Spider-Man film. That's
The best Spider-Man film since 2.
Yeah, and that happened over 10 years ago. I know a lot of people will say, like, you know, oh, it's a good Spider-Man film, so you're saying it's good just because it's actually somewhat decent. Like, guys, can we just remind ourselves, we haven't had a good like a legit great Spider-Man film since 2. Not even a good one since 2. Like, all of the others have been crap. And for all of the amazing Spider-Man fans out there, fuck you. No, I'm joking. But, like, Spider-Man Homecoming was just a great return to form for the series. I appreciate the differences it had for the sake of not being compared to those. You know, not being like, oh, no Green Goblin, no Harry Osborn, none of that, because we've already seen that, like, what, 3 times now? hell, the first 3 Spider-Man films were, like, all about that, pretty much. And not to mention, the villain has nothing to do with Spider-Man's origin at all. He's honestly like Doc Ock in a lot of ways. Like, the only reason he goes after Spider-Man is because he just keeps shitting all over his plans, and that's it. Or in Doc Ock's case, the only reason he goes after him is because Harry wants him and he's trying to make a deal with him. He has nothing to do with Spider-Man, but he can stand on his own. He's a great villain. Plus, the twist with him is also really great, and I did not see it coming. And it was nice to have a legit great twist that I honestly did not see coming in any film, because it's something that never happens. Not even Logan did that, honestly. Because I knew that how it was going to end, pretty much. Still great, just I knew I was going to end. Spider-Man Homecoming is a great film. To be fair, I might be overpraising it a little bit. It's not like the greatest film ever. It's not even the best film in the MCU. Like, it's not Civil War levels of good. But, you know, it's still a great time, and it's my favorite film of the year. I went to see it like 3 times because I had so much fun with it. So,
and here's to seeing Spider-Man briefly in the
Infinity
next
War?
adventure. Yeah, until he's killed in the movie.
yeah. I saw
Which will
the
be
first
early
trailer.
on.
I
It'll
saw
be
it.
early on in the film.
It'll probably be somewhere in the middle.
Nah, early on.
It won't be early on. At least we get to see the Iron Spider suit, which looks awesome, by the way. And by the way, I really like the suit design in Spider-Man Homecoming. I like it. It's cool. Oh, it also adapted one of my favorite scenes from Spider-Man, you know, the one where he's trapped in the water and he has to use his sheer willpower and strength just to, you know, get out of it. I love that scene in the comics. I love that they brought it here, and it was done really well.
I mean,
My only issue with
it's
it...
different, though.
I know it's different. I know it's different, but it's still well executed. You know, it's not like the death of Gwen Stacy where it was different,
Like,
but in a bad way.
his reason for persevering.
Yeah,
is
you want to know
different.
what? My only problem with that scene is I think that's how they should have showed Uncle Ben. I would have liked it if maybe after Tony Stark says that, he remembers Uncle Ben and great power. With great power comes great responsibility, and then we get to see that version of Uncle Ben. When we saw that, Spider-Man is reminded of what he's lost and how he made this vow to protect people and not just be a bystander or not just let the bad guy get away. He did that to honor Uncle Ben. That's why he became Spider-Man. I would have liked it if that part was in the film. Anyway, what I was getting at, it was before I was interrupted by the camera. I would have liked it if that was where they showed Uncle Ben, because I think that would have been a great way to show Uncle Ben without showing his death scene again, without making it an origin film. Not to mention, I just think it would have been a decent moment for him. But really, that's just a nitpick. It's still a great film. It's still a well-executed scene. And the Vulture, Michael Keaton's Vulture is probably one of the best villains in the MCU. It's not really a contest, I know, but, you know, I actually like him better than Loki. Not to say Loki's bad. Loki's great, especially in the other film we're going to get to, but still, I like it. So yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming, great film. Very, very great film. It's nice to have a good Spider-Man film. Looking forward to the sequel and Infinity War where he dies in, like, the
First
second
10
act.
minutes.
No, he's not going to die in the first 10 minutes.
Okay, first 20.
No, not in the first 20. He's probably going to die somewhere in the second act. That's probably where he's going to die. Thor's probably going to be the one to die in the first act.
Yeah. They always have to shortchange Thor in it.
Well, you say that, but Thor Ragnarok was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Thor Ragnarok. Did you see it?
No, not at all. Yes.
Yeah. Thor Ragnarok was pretty good. I definitely enjoyed the sequel to Hulk. Actually, he wasn't in the film as much as I thought he was going to be. He's not cut down like Tony Stark is, but he's not really a main character like
Yep.
I thought he was going to be.
He
Which-
doesn't take over the plot.
Yeah. Which I like. I think it's Thor's movie. It should be Thor, not Hulk. But with that said, though,
Starring Thor. As starring Thor.
yeah. To be fair, though, I did love Jeff Goldblum in that film as the villain. I know he wasn't the only villain. He wasn't the main villain, but I loved his performance. He
He's
was
a lot
hilarious.
less. But villain in there, is he like the Collector or what's he called?
I think he's the Collector.
Yeah, he's a lot weaker than he is in the comics.
I don't
in
care.
the comics, he's like a cosmic entity.
I don't care. He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
He is
I just
funny
think
as shit. Great job, guys. This rebellion has turned out to be a great success, you know? So I'm just adding to the success. I'm gonna surrender as your prisoner. Yes, I'm doing that. So, great work. Good job.
I'm sad that
Uh,
for Jeff Blue.
You're incredible, Hulk Pierce. Yes! What? We know each other. He's a friend from work. I love how they referenced Hulk and Loki in that, and Loki just cheers. Thor Ragnarok is probably the funniest film I've seen all year. It has a lot of really standout moments.
I'm sure that everyone's favorite. I'm disappointed that they sadly had to censor this Hulk because they couldn't show, because they had to.
I can't unsee that now.
Yeah, they couldn't want to see Hulk's huge
it's still
dick.
there in my mind.
We can't see Hulk's dick, sadly, in it.
Otherwise, the film would be NC-17. We saw his ass, though.
Well, of course,
Yeah.
because they can get away with that. But
Yeah. But anyway, how did you feel about the other villain, Hela?
She
Her
was-
actress was charismatic, at least.
Mhm.
You know, she was fine. I will. She's better than some of the other
She's
villains.
better than the previous villain.
Oh, you mean elf guy?
Whatever, I don't remember him.
His name was Malekith.
I remember him turning
His name
into,
was
like, this
Malekith,
dark-
but no one remembers
He
his
turns
name
into
because
this-
it was so boring.
He turns into, what does he turn into, like, in this dark thing at the end?
Who?
Like this storm, like,
Who? Hela?
Malekith.
Malekith? He doesn't turn into anything.
No, but, like, there's this huge, like,
Huge
there's
what?
This huge,
What? The black dust thing?
yeah.
That's an Infinity Stone.
Oh.
Yeah,
He
it's the
was
red
using
one.
that?
Yeah, it's the red one. I believe that's the one that takes over matter or something. I don't know.
So he
I don't know
uses
what the
that.
Infinity Stone's done. I don't know what the Infinity Stones do. I don't know. I don't care. I'll care when Infinity War happens.
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, Thor Ragnarok was a very fun time. Though, to be fair, it's probably my least favorite of the Marvel films. I think Guardians 2 is better, if only because it has a better villain with ego. And I think Spider-Man Homecoming is obviously better. That's the best one of the year. Not just for, like, films, I mean for Marvel. Though it is probably one of the best films of the year besides Logan. So, it's at least in the top 10 for me. So, yeah. And now for what is obviously everyone's favorite film of the year, especially Star Wars fans. Star Wars fans fucking love this film, Star
And
Wars:
they
The
introduced,
Last Jedi.
and I liked how Jar Jar had a disguise in the film, and he called himself Rose instead. I liked that.
Wow, everything you just said was wrong.
right.
You're a dipshit.
I mean,
Well, Luke Skywalker was awesome, and any Star Wars fan who disagrees with me is fucking stupid. Yeah, I did say that. I'm not taking it back. I don't care if he's not like the expanded universe or Legends
Well, it's-
Luke Skywalker, okay? I'm sorry
That's
he's
what he
not a
said.
god among gods. Okay? But with that said, I love Luke's portrayal in The Last Jedi. I think it's awesome. That's the best part. I like how Rey's no longer a Mary Sue. She's not a Mary Sue anymore. She actually is very susceptible to darkness. Not to mention, she shows that she's also... She's not, like, the most overpowered thing in the universe. She's getting stronger, yes, but she's not overpowered anymore. Because she just surrenders to the darkness without anything else. And she actually has a purpose and an arc in the film to let go of her wanting a parental lineage and a purpose.
My
She wants
favorite
to find
character
a
in the
purpose.
film-
She
Well,
wants to find a purpose.
Hey, how do you feel about the purple-haired Tumblr person?
Purple-haired
Tumblr.
You mean the nibble thing with the green milk?
No, the purple-haired Tumblr.
Oh. I thought you meant the one with 4 nipples.
No, that was the best character of the film.
Ooh, yeah.
I like seeing.
And
people
Luke
drink that
drank
milk.
from it.
He drank it. He didn't even clean it. He just drank it just raw.
Maybe it's already clean.
No, it's all raw. No, it ain't.
But like I said, I liked a third of this film. I love the parts with Rey, Luke, and Kylo Ren.
A third of it.
Well,
Oh god.
yeah, a third of it. The other parts I didn't care for.
But overall, it's a good film.
No, I said overall, I liked a third of it. I never said it was a good film. Not yet. Well, it's like Sonic Unleashed. There's parts that I love, and then there's parts that I can't stand, and then there's parts that I just think are meh. And,
My favorite. I thought that the humor, like at that scene when Rose crashes into Finn's ship and her line, that was a pretty humorous line.
was that meant to be humorous?
Yes, of course. And it was the most developed romances of all time.
It was a romance?
No.
It was a one-sided romance.
Yes.
There you go. With that said, yeah, the Finn and Rose stuff, let's be honest here, it's crap. It's all crap. I
Oh
hate it.
man, those animals are being abused.
Oh man, Phasma got Boba Fetted. Funny how she's the Boba Fett of the franchise and she gets Boba Fetted.
And she's not gonna do.
Coincidence? I think not.
Well, she's just a special stormtrooper.
Yeah, she's a Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I mean, Django essentially is a stormtrooper before a stormtrooper.
No, he's a clone.
Yeah, and what did the clones turn into?
Fuck.
Granted, the clones were decommissioned and later replaced with actual stormtroopers, but whatever.
And not CG.
Yeah. Yeah. The prequels were so much better! No, they weren't.
I want to see Rose step in some poop and then say, "P, you suck."
I don't understand how Rose is the new Jar Jar. I mean, she wasn't annoying.
I do.
Why? Because she's a bad character?
Yeah.
Okay, she isn't annoying. She's bad for a different reason. She's boring.
Cringy lines.
I don't think any of her lines are cringy. My problem is the
No,
story.
that
of the
line when
lines.
she goes and stops Finn from sacrificing himself to take out the fleet, to take out the ship.
Okay, one. How many did Jar Jar have?
There were more than that probably. That I.
Oh yeah, there were more than that. Proceeds not to tell me any of them.
Because
I don't
need
think
to
Rose.
watch it more than once.
Here's the thing. I don't like Rose. I don't think she's the new Jar Jar. She's not annoying, okay? I find the Porgs more annoying than her, and I don't even find them annoying.
I still wish the scene.
She's
that
no
they had-
Ewok, she's
they
no
had
Jar
some-
Jar, she's just dull as
They
shit.
had some art or concept art of like the Porgs and the lightsaber, and one of them.
Here's the thing, I laughed at some of the jokes that she told. And no, I'm not talking about the line where where she saved Finn. I'm talking about lines where she, when she first meets Finn
And tasers him
Yeah.
like Paul Blart in Taser.
that scene with her was hilarious, and that was a great introduction to his character, which sorely would be missing for the rest of the film. But with that said, that was funny. I got a laugh out of Rose at times. It's just everything else. And to be fair, she at least has decent chemistry with Finn when it comes to a friendship. When it comes to a friendship, I think they worked well together. I think it's, they're fun together. I just don't think it works as a romance because that wasn't how it was built up. I saw more of a friendship. Fangirl friendship.
And then friends.
Yeah, fangirl friendship thing. She wasn't annoying. She was just boring. So no, she's not the new
She took up
Jar
a lot of the plot.
If anything, she's the new Mace Windu.
Hey,
no,
what about the Code
No,
Breaker?
you want to know what she was? She was the new Mace Windu. That's what she was. She was
Except-
boring as shit. There was nothing redeemable about Mace.
Well, Mace killed Django.
Like I said, there was nothing redeemable about Mace.
You didn't kill Django?
Yeah, because Django is actually more badass than Boba. Oh, I'm sorry, I said that!
Why is he more badass?
Because he actually does something. He kills a Jedi on screen.
Yeah.
What did Boba Fett do?
Well, if you see in the expanded universe...
I don't give a shit. I'm talking about the movies. The Legends.
Well, you see...
The Legends universe is not canon.
He
not
jogged.
canon.
He jogged to a blind.
He fell into the Scarlet Pit like 3 times.
He was defeated by a blind Han Solo.
He wasn't defeated. He was hit by a Han Solo. He was defeated by the Sarlacc, which he was defeated by 3 times.
Man, the
3
Sarlacc
goddamn
must
times.
be the
That's pathetic.
most powerful being in the galaxy.
Well, for Boba Fett, definitely. Why is Boba Fett badass again? I don't get
Because
it.
he's a jobber. Oh wait.
Well, he's a jobber in the robot chicken shorts, but that's besides the point.
Well, good.
And a
They're
pervert.
faithful.
Yeah. And a pervert. And an attention whore. And gay. Especially the way he comes on to Han Solo and Carbonite.
Hey, he's just really excited about his prize.
Oh, and he has 2 lightsabers for some reason.
Well, of course.
I mean, I guess it makes sense in the sense that he's killed Jedi in the past, off screen, of course, because most of the badass things Boba Fett does are either non-canon or off screen, because that's the great sign of a character. At least Emperor Palpatine, Papa Palpatine actually used lightning.
Papu.
I said Papa.
Okay.
It's Papa Palpatine. Oh, and speaking of Palpatine, what about Snoke in his bathroom? Now, am I the only one that finds that hilarious? Unintentionally, by the way. I'm going to assume it wasn't intentional. If it was, that's pretty bad. I mean, I'm
don't
supposed to
worry,
take him
he's supposed to
seriously.
be more powerful than Palpatine and Vader combined.
Bullshit! If he was so powerful, why didn't he sense that Kylo was about to kill him?
Because he's a Sith.
At least with Darth Vader, it makes some amount of sense because he's a Sith. He's a Sith too. He's trained in the ways of the Force. He's more experienced than Kylo. Kylo's just an apprentice. A really, 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 really inexperienced apprentice. Not to mention a really, really childish one.
But at least for some people, they had to just shoehorn in a shirtless scene for him.
And Wolverine loved it.
Yes, he did.
To be fair, though, if there's one thing I do like in the film, I do like how both armies kind of lost. I mean, yeah, the Rebellion lost a lot more than the First Order did, but the First Order actually did lose because now they have an uncontrollable child as their leader. And, they lost their Supreme Leader, they lost a shit ton of ships, which is going to be a bitch to replace. So yeah, they won, but they still lost quite a bit, which is why I actually, that's one thing I do like about The Force Awakens is the idea behind it. It's about failure. Because everyone fails in this film. Rey fails, Luke fails.
What about the
until the
Porgs?
end anyway. The Porgs fail because they don't get killed by a lightsaber, which would have been awesome. Chewie also eats one of them, and the Porgs were all sad. And Chewie
Good.
didn't give a shit. And of course, the rebellion fails because at the end of the day, there's like a couple of people, including our main characters and Princess Leia,
But
who we
don't-
know is going to die, and a Porg. And that's
Don't
it.
worry. Don't worry. I just wonder how they're gonna make it interesting.
Wookiee is.
What are they gonna do?
Chewbacca is the last surviving member of the main cast. That's not a droid. It's
And all the white
surviving
males are
character.
dead. Unless they're a villain. All the white males.
What did you think about Luke's arc? Since that's obviously the main point of discussion. Well, you really don't like the film, do you?
No, I enjoy it, but I've seen it once. I haven't seen it more than once, so
I
probably
do
need
want to see it
reflect on
again to see if I
Yeah.
would like it more. How did you feel about the rom-com situation and going on in the Rebel ship?
Oh yeah, I like the Tumblr, the purple-haired Tumblr chick. Yeah, she's the star of the film. They should just put her in the center.
To be fair, they did have the scene where she used light speed on a shit ton of ships. That was her moment of redemption. Literally, that was
Except,
awesome.
I love how Admiral Akbar just dies with no fanfare at all. He dies with all the others, and it's not his role.
It's a trap.
That's what he says, and he says it too.
And
I can't wait.
I
can't wait
will
until-
always hate you.
Can't wait until the very insensitive jokes made
Well,
about.
let's be honest
it's a
here. The only
trap.
reason people like Admiral Akbar is because
It's a trap.
it's a trap. That's the only reason people love him,
Why that becomes such a joke?
because it's pointing out the painfully fucking obvious. Because it's pointing out the painfully fucking obvious. It's a trap. No shit. It's a trap.
Cereal.
It's Emperor Palpatine. Of course he trapped you.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. You have to do the alarm.
Do you like his cereal, Admiral Akbar cereal?
That's non-canon, bitch. Oh, we still have half the battery left. That should be
Okay.
enough. Okay, anyway, sorry for the cut there. Where were we about Star Wars? Jar Jar jokes? Let's forget about that shit. Back to Last Jedi. Okay, so I think we went over the Finn and Rose stuff was garbage, let's be honest here. I already said that the Luke stuff was, all of the stuff with the Jedi and the Dark Jedi, since they're not actually Sith, was stuff was really good. How did you feel about the stuff on the ship? Since it's pretty much a 2-hour, 30-minute chase throughout the entire film.
What stuff on the ship?
Oh, for God's sake.
Which moment? Are you
The,
talking about
the entire moment, like all of it.
You mean the purple-haired?
The rom-com situation.
Yeah.
And the mutiny. And Princess Leia becoming Jesus.
Filler.
I wouldn't say it's filler.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'd say the Finn and Rose stuff was the filler of the film.
Waste of time.
That's literally the same thing. Filler and waste of time is literally the same thing. Filler's always a waste of time. It's not good filler, that's what you should say.
It was a stupid plot point. She should have told him
Yeah.
about the situation.
Honestly, the Finn and Rose wouldn't have had to go on a little adventure that didn't matter in the long run because the Codebreaker they actually got betrayed them.
Oh, what a surprise!
Yeah. Well, actually, to be fair, I didn't know they were gonna get caught, but
I saw it coming.
yeah, I didn't see it coming. But at the same time, when I saw it, I wasn't happy. Like, oh, that was a good twist. I was like, really? That's fucking stupid.
Wait. You didn't see it coming because.
Well, I didn't see. No, I know it's not the betrayal. I didn't see coming. I didn't see them getting caught and failing. What I thought was going to happen was that they were going to do it, and then after they did it, then they would have gotten caught. But they reversed it. My problem was, okay, that was fucking pointless.
Subverting your expectations.
In the wrong way.
That means it's a great film if it subverts your expectations, according to Disney.
Now, other than that, though, I do like Poe's character. I actually do like how they gave him a lot more to do since he's supposed to be the third of the main characters. But because he was supposed to die in Force Awakens, they didn't really give him anything to do.
Yeah,
so.
they gave him that moment instead.
Mm-hmm.
Just another waste of the film.
What, the rom-com situation?
Yes.
That wasn't really his fault, though.
Yeah,
And to be fair, he gets plenty of badass moments in the film, so...
Yeah, they just...
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Oh, they also made a terrible, joke with... He made a terrible joke... I don't remember, but I recall him making a terrible joke with, like, the enemy in the beginning scene.
I thought it was funny.
What was the joke?
You want to know why? Because it shows how the Empire is still just as incompetent as they usually are. The one where it's like, okay, I want to talk to the captain. You are speaking with him. Okay, I'm just going to wait until the captain gets on. I'm surprised that actually worked. But at the same time, I think of it, oh, this was a remnant of the Empire. Okay, you know what? That makes sense. It makes perfect sense why they would fall for that. Plus, considering how much of an overacting, like, thing that guy was, honestly, it makes sense how he would fall for it too. He has such an ego trip. So I thought it was funny. I also love
can't
where...
wait until I hope he kills Kylo Ren in the next film.
No, Kylo Ren's probably gonna kill him. Knowing Kylo Ren. I mean, he nearly did in this
Or Jar
one,
Jar's gonna come across and kill Kylo Ren.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
And then Jar Jar's gonna be the main villain.
I'd sooner believe that Admiral Akbar would come back to life.
Yes, as a Force ghost. Even though he...
Speaking of Force ghosts, what about Yoda? That scene was awesome.
Yeah, but also, if they can do that, then why...
What, the lightning?
Yeah, I mean, he's the most powerful Jedi, but if they...
That was a coincidence.
If they can interact with the world like that, then
It's
why
called
don't
the
they...
Force.
Why don't... When they're dead, why don't they... Oh, I don't know, help the Rebel Alliance or something?
I don't know why. I don't know if why don't they use light speed on all of the fleets all the time?
Well, yeah, that's another plot point, but... And, yeah.
Though I'd argue that would be an incredible waste of ship. Of
Yeah, but
ship.
desperate time, if they're desperate enough, and if
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. This was the last ship that they had, and they knew that this ship wasn't going to get out. When it comes to an entire battle, probably not the best idea to just waste a ship on an entire fleet, because chances are they have more coming. Not to mention, let's be honest here, the shield generator would have protected the Death Star, even the Death Star 2. With its shield generator. Also, one more thing, that's an incredible waste of money. Something that the Rebels are very, very short on. I mean, they're short on everything, but the money especially. They're short on that especially.
Mm-hmm.
So, not a good idea to do that. Now, as for, so I can make an excuse for why they don't do that in the films. Even the prequels. Now, as for the expanded universe, you got me there because I don't know.
Something. In the next Star film, are we going to see Lando?
I wouldn't mind it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's pretty much, the last surviving member besides Chewbacca, R2, and C-3PO. Speaking of R2, I did love the scene with him and Luke where he brings up, a moment where, the message from Princess Leia, and it's like, that was a really cheap move, you know that? That was funny. That was nostalgia done right. And
What's nostalgia done wrong?
Force Awakens. Anyway.
Cyclone plot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Shut up, Lucas. I mean, Zach. Anyway.
And which one did George Lucas like this film more than the previous one, right?
Yeah, because he hates Empire.
Yeah, Empire's the worst Star Wars film. Of
Yeah.
course.
and Episode 3 is the best one, as we know.
Wait, what? He thinks that?
I don't know. It's definitely not Episode 1. That's for
I'm
sure.
gonna assume the first one's in. Nah, I don't
It's
know.
definitely not Episode 1. That's for sure.
No, I mean for him, I'm gonna assume maybe the fourth. I don't know which one. Be for him.
Episode-
terrible.
If he actually said Episode 2, I would fucking slap myself.
Because of the conveyor belt scene with all the.
Yeah, the scene he wrote on a bus.
Mm-hmm.
No, really, he actually wrote it on the bus ride to the studio. I find that hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Star Wars The Last Jedi. It left us very
The
conflicted.
last straw.
Disney's dead! They killed Star Wars! No, they didn't.
Star Wars.
I would definitely say this is the weakest of the 3 films from Disney, though. Like, I like Rogue One better than this, and I even like Force Awakens better than this.
Who was the main character of Rogue One?
Yeah, but I'd also argue Rogue One actually felt like a movie.
Yeah.
Unlike
Rogue
a third,
One.
and it was actually like at the very least, the second half made up for the first half, and even then the first half wasn't bad. It was just lukewarm. But at the very least, it didn't have a third of the film being good, a third of the film being okay with some decent moments, and a third of the film being downright shit. And wasting Finn too. Finn was my favorite character of The Force Awakens, and they wasted him here. He pretty much went through the same goddamn arc as the first movie. And, like, I understand this takes place, like, 2 days after Force Awakens, I get that. It's not an excuse. It's still the same damn arc. I mean, I understand, like, for a TV show, it would be fine. Because it makes sense how sometimes it would need to hit twice. Fine. But, and this is a big but, I forget I said that.
It's a big but.
With that said, this is a movie trilogy where you have 3 movies in order to finish a plot. When you're wasting time rehashing stuff from the movie you already released, it's pointless. I wasted like a third of my life, and it brought me 30 minutes closer to death. Thank you. You know, just, I hated that. It's just an incredible waste. And Phasma, she got Boba Fetted, like Boba Fett. Funny how she's the Boba Fett of the franchise.
Hey, she could survive.
Yeah, she's probably going to, but still. No, I think she's coming
And then
back.
she's gonna get and then she's gonna get Boba Fett.
No, just to really seal the deal, she'll get eaten by a Sarlacc pit.
Funny joke. Funny joke.
You want to know what's going to be?
Disney,
You
they'll do
want to
that.
know?
No,
Yeah.
in Disney, they would do that.
Yeah, I was just say, you want to know what's going to be even funnier? It actually happens.
No, it doesn't. But it's
She gets Boba
it's
Fett,
very
just like Boba Fett.
reminiscent. It'll be at least reminiscent.
It'll be nostalgic
Mm-hmm.
for the wrong reasons. Talk about nostalgia for the wrong reasons. Talk about that.
Phasma, where?
Phasma? Who the fuck is that? Oh, it's that woman from Game of Thrones. You never see her face. Anyway, now that we're done with that, we're gonna talk about the game, so see you in part 2!
I'm over.